Ooh la la. Did you see that Reece James free kick? Could you Adam and Eve it? That's his first England goal. But boy, what a goal. Yes, England 3, Latvia 0. I must say, somewhat disappointing after playing a robust and, a team in Albania who are no mugs. They're defensively resolute, pragmatic, know how to play together. So kind of 2-0. Tuchel's first game was par for the course, really. But Latvia, again at home at Wembley, was an opportunity to, flex the guns a little bit, Tuchel, and not rely on an absolutely insane set-piece goal to get you off the mark. Tuchel, from the 2 open play goals, will be very frustrated with this, not being able to score more goals against this Latvian team. Their goalkeeper was probably pretty decent on the night. We'll react to the game, speak about that Reece James free kick, and how these 2 games went for Thomas Tuchel. Welcome back to Football Yannick. How's it going? 2 videos on the channel today, but I try and upload every single day here on this YouTube channel. Non-Chelsea content, of course. That's all over on Football Therapy. So thanks for joining me. Hey, why not subscribe? It's fun over here. It's nice and fun. If you do choose to subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll thank you for liking the video. Let's take a look at this then. Here on SofaScore, as you can see, the goal scorers here were Reece James, Harry Kane, all were scores. Def Taxes, Kane scoring for England, and Eberechi Eze scoring. We were coming up against, as you can see, the highest rated player on the pitch is Dat Boy James. We'll spend some time speaking about him in a moment. There's a 5-4-1 from the opposition. The goalkeeper, as you can see, did have a high rating. They're higher rating than Bellingham, Konza, Gerhi, Pickford, and Bowen. So he'll be feeling pretty good with about his performance on the night. Chelsea, of course, we were kind of in a weird formation. Reece James was playing as a sort of right centre-back in possession, then moved into the Lewis Skelly role. As you can see, Lewis Skelly inverts into midfield there. Reece James did a bit of that once we moved over into the second half, as you can see here. But mainly he was playing as a sort of right centre-back that was pushing up really, really high or sitting here. Just take a look at Reece James' stats, because I think they were insane. 2 interceptions, 2 tackles. Obviously, the goal, we'll speak about that in a moment. 2 ground duels, 1. He did lose possession 5 times, but that's not that much. 99% passing accuracy. And this wasn't England against San Marino. Latvia are coming off a win. They've got a new pragmatic coach. And yes, we did most of the ball, but 99 passing accuracy. Despite scoring a golazzo and playing as a reserve defensive player, he still made a key pass. He still, completed the majority of his crosses, all his long balls. And yeah, just a really superb performance from the Chelsea midfielder, right back, the Chelsea footballer, because he does all sorts, doesn't he? Yeah, it was an interesting game. Let's look at the stats, because I have a feeling they're going to be dominant. First half was a game of 2 halves. 79%. Oh, can you see that? 79% possession, 2 big chances, 17 shots to their 2. Don't even remember their 2. I remember the shots on target was very, very low. Lots of passes. Second half, so we created 2 big chances in each half. It's not enough for me. It really isn't. In terms of running through how the game went, Bellingham, there you go. Bellingham got booked. He probably could have got another yellow. He was, of course, hooked. Reece James scored the goal. We'll speak about that in a moment. Kane gets a decent finish. He'll be frustrated that he didn't have at least 1 more goal. And Eze gets his first goal for England also, like Reece James, but kind of benefits off a deflection from a defender, which makes it impossible for the goalkeeper. I do want to speak about that free kick because it was absolutely insane. But general performances first. Lewis Skelly deserves immense credit. Second start in a row for the England first team in competitive minutes. It's massive for the teenager. And I think he broadly played really well. I was just chatting to my mate who's an Arsenal fan here, and I was saying, yeah, I think probably Lewis Hall, as things stand, has the left back role, because before he got injured for Newcastle, he was maybe Newcastle's best player. I heard some Toon fans saying, and some football broadcasters and journalists that were watching more than me. He was playing very, very well. And of course, we know Thomas Tuchel loves Lewis Hall from his time at Chelsea. And he's obviously gone to Newcastle, played very, very, very well. And Lewis Hall used to be a midfielder like Lewis Skelly, so he can invert into midfield, but we've also seen him play left wing back, very versatile. I think also because Lewis Skelly is 17 or 18. Let me just double check that while I speak to you. I think he's 18. He's 18. Okay, so he's 18. He turned 18 in September. I think Nwaneri is the youngest one. Lewis Hall has been around since 17, 18. Now he's 20. So he's a couple years older. He's still really young, but I think he's got that experience and that defensive resoluteness to a degree where we've seen Miles Lewis-Skelly lose his head a little bit, couple of red cards, this risk taker that, are problems in the mail, really. I heard Jim Campbell on the Football Ramble saying it's he's not made that mistake yet, but it's in the mail. I think Lewis Hall has got that little bit more experience, even though he's only 20 himself. I just see Lewis Hall being Tuchel's guy, and Lewis Skelly being an option, a very, very good option. Of course, that can change, in between the time of the World Cup. But I think because of how much Tuchel loves Lewis Hall and how good Lewis Hall's been playing up until his injury recently, he's probably in his mind. But to say that, I don't think that means we're going to relegate Miles Lewis-Skelly to the under-21s with Nwaneri. I think Lewis Skelly stays with England and is a genuine option. And even if he doesn't start, off the bench and this, that and the other. So I think he's played very, very well. Centre-backs were fine. A lot of people think possibly this could be Martin Guehi +1. People were thinking Guehi and Jones. But it could be Konza. Konza's a very good player. He got battered in this game. Declan Rice, very good. Got an assist. Of course, he's a set-piece taker. Out of nowhere, he's just become amazing at set-pieces at Arsenal and taking corners. Rashford, firstly, Rodgers, lovely player. Bowen, all action, all right, decent. Rodgers, lovely, lovely player. Kane, we don't need to talk about Kane. He'll always score, even when he's quiet. He was he had a really poor performance until he had a good performance. That's Kane for you. Jordan Henderson, boo. Curtis Jones, good operator, didn't get an opportunity. Foden looks a little bit better for Bellingham middle. I do want to speak about Eberechi Eze because he's just such a lovely player. He starts for so many nations. If he was not an Englishman, he'd be the star player in their team. But he's just another one of these Morgan Rodgers' style, At the moment, the less sexy options than Rodgers and Eze, I'm picking over Foden. Yeah, there. Maybe not Bellingham, although I think Bellingham had a poor game. Of course, Cole Palmer on form was just insane. He was breaking records, wasn't he, last season for Chelsea? So if Palmer's in form, there is an argument on his productivity alone. He should start for England, but I genuinely think it's tough because although I think Foden had a pretty bad game, actually, he was playing hero ball a little bit, could have been sent off. The thing is with Jude Bellingham, he's just undeniable. The thing is, you can talk about stats, you can talk about profile, you can talk about productivity. I do think Palmer's got the capacity to score big. I mean, Palmer scored in the European final, a really good goal, and was criminally underused by Gareth Southgate. That was his biggest crime in the Euros, Cole Palmer, and I'm not just Chelsea fans were saying that. But again, taking off blue-tinted goggles, Bellingham is just, he'll score you an overhead kick to keep you in the game. Do you know what I mean? He's kind of got that aura that really is unquantifiable thing that gets you through. But if you maybe, it's because the thing is Saka has got right wing locked down, and that's not because he's a better footballer than Palmer. It's because he's a right winger and Palmer needs to be on the inside, and Saka is amazing. So I think Palmer gets taken, but I just don't know. Yeah, Rodgers and Eze. And Foden is the 5-6 times Premier League winner, and he, out of the lot, he's the one that you think is just not working at the moment, But other than that, Rashford, I feel like Rashford deserves a shout. In the first game, he made loads of excellent runs, was never found. Tuchel even spoke about that in his pre-match press conference for this game. Look, his crosses, bad. 3 out of 11, not good. But he made 6 key passes, which for a winger is incredibly good. It's just the crosses really nerfed his score here. And dribbles is poor as well. 1 out of 6 and 8 out of 2. Possession lost 22. Yeah, it's a shame because he did so much right in terms of being a threat, runs, key passes. But this cluster here sort of lets him down, to be honest. But he looks like if he just sorts out and something clicks, I'm not saying he starts for England. I think probably the left-hand side is very Newcastle. I think it's Hall and probably Gordon at the moment, subject to change. As you can see, the attacking momentum here is just all England. But not enough XG, not enough XG. Do we have the expected goals here on SofaScore? I don't think we do. Yeah, not enough XG. Look, and let's talk about the free kick from Reece James. Absolutely sensational. Why is this not changing? There we go. I mean, Reece James has had a torrid time. He's 25 now, is he? I know he's a year younger than Trent Alexander-Arnold because people obviously comparing them often. Yeah, he's 25, Reece. He's only turned 25 in the winter. So, in the beginning of December. So he's entering his prime, but he's had such a terrible time of injuries. Hopefully we've cracked it as a Chelsea fan personally, but as an England fan as well, because he scored an amazing free kick for Chelsea this season, and he did it again. He did it again for England, and my word, it was an absolute belter. It was super far out. He hit, there's that amazing angle behind the ball. I'll try and get it for the thumbnail maybe, where it looks like it's just way outside. It was postage stamp, so it's top right, but it looks like it's way out of the frame, but it just curls back in and kisses the woodwork, and there's just absolutely no way the goalkeeper can save it. Even if a goalkeeper, if you told him where it was going to go, he'd have to literally stand right in the corner and jump. And do you know what I mean? It was just an absolute beauty. People talk about the celebration or lack of celebration from Reece James. I mean, I think it was more like just him like, yeah, I've done this, I'm up and running now. I mean, it's amazing. It's an amazing goal to get Tuchel and England up and running in a game where they couldn't score. And again, Tuchel would look at that game and be really annoyed by the open play tactics. You don't plan a game and go, right, Reece James is going to score an absolute world-class free kick so we can, open the scoring up and then make Latvia come out a little bit. That's not part of the plan, because that is the chances of that happening is like 1,000 to 1 or whatever. It was an insane free kick. Like I said, it was his first England goal, which shocked me. I mean, I don't think he's got that many caps, and of course he is a defender, but he's just such an amazing player. He's such a fine player. And he can be trusted at right back, left back, right centre back, and he played in midfield the end part of the second half. You can just play him wherever. He's amazing, and he'll get better as well. He'll get better because he needs to learn to trust his body again, which is after loads of injury issues, and then he'll get better because he's just such a good footballer that he was just on this trajectory anyway that he should pick up. Incredible. Let me know what you think about the game down in the comments. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Remember, daily content. So I do hope to see you back here, mate. Come back. All right, peace.